this is Sarah from Keto on the Rise, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Skillet Berry Crisp with Keto Vanilla Whipped Cream. Comes together very easily, is a perfect summer dessert for your keto and not so keto friends. Your keto friends are going to want the recipe, and your not so keto friends are going to say there's no way this is keto. We're using fresh berries and cream, and most of the ingredients you probably have in your keto pantry. So let me show you how to put this together. I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know if you make it and how much that you love it. Also, if you do me a big favor and hit the subscribe button on this YouTube channel, I would love for you to follow me and be able to share with you more keto recipes. And also, if you want to check out my blog, ketoontherise.com, where I share my entire keto journey of living a keto lifestyle for the body, mind, and home, and how I've lost almost 85 pounds with keto in over a year and have kept it off, incorporating the keto lifestyle into every aspect, feeling great, and just living life to the fullest. I would love to show you how to do this, give you tips and tricks, and encourage you along the way. So let's get to making this. Okay, for this Skillet Berry Crisp with Keto Vanilla Whipped Cream, we're starting with the following ingredients. We have 2 cups of berries, and in here I have a cup of strawberries and a cup of blueberries that I have washed and allowed to drain. For the skillet portion with the berries, I do have a 1/3 cup of granulated white swerve. And swerve is a sugar substitute. There are many sugar substitutes, and you can research all the different ones just by Googling them. And then if you do decide to try one, just be aware of how your body reacts to it. It may affect you in some way. It may not spike your blood sugar. And I'm using the swerve because it is a erythritol, and erythritol is known to not cause a blood sugar spike. I can use erythritol in my baking recipes, and I don't have any problems with blood sugar spikes. So this is what I choose to use as a sweetener. So in this recipe, I've got a 1/3 cup of white swerve. And so what I'm gonna do here is I've got my cast iron skillet. It's so cute. It's just the perfect size to use for this recipe. And so I have it on about a medium heat, and I have my oven already preheated to 350. I'm going to put a tablespoon of butter into the skillet. And let that start to melt. Why I like the Skillet Berry Crisp is it's like a 1-pot dish. So you start it in this skillet and you finish it in this skillet. And it makes a great presentation also just by using the skillet. So it's a cute way to make a dessert. Okay, now I'm gonna add my berries straight to the skillet, and they are gonna start to kind of macerate a little bit and get a little jam-like, which is delicious. I'm gonna pour my 1/3 cup of granulated swerve. Now, this isn't a terribly overly sweet dessert. And if you have some really sweet berries, you could cut this down to a 1/4 cup of granulated swerve. The blueberries weren't that sweet, so I just left it at a 1/3 cup. So I'm just gonna stir those around and get them coated. And for the crisp topping, this honestly is my favorite part of the recipe, is the crisp topping. And it bakes in the oven to almost like a brown, crispy cookie. And let me show you how I put that together. We're just gonna leave this on low while we're making this cookie topping. Okay, for the cookie topping, in the bowl, I have 3/4 cup of super fine almond flour. You just put that straight into your bowl. Then I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of granulated brown sugar swerve, and this is the same as the granulated white swerve. It uses erythritol so it doesn't spike your blood sugar, and that goes right into the bowl. Next, I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon salt, and you can omit that if you are using salted butter, or if you don't want to add the salt, you don't have to have that. I'm going to put just 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And then what makes this cookie topping come together is the butter. This is really what makes it form the dough and that cookie-like consistency. So 4 tablespoons of chilled butter. You want it to be chilled so it's not in there melted. It makes more of the cookie consistency if it's chilled and can stay firm. And guys, I'm gonna use my hands. They've been washed, and I'm just gonna start mushing the butter around and incorporating it into the almond flour and the sugar. Now, this isn't it. Here comes the good part. To this mix, we're going to add 1/4 cup of walnuts, 1/4 cup of pecans, and 1/4 cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. And I'm gonna rinse my hands real quick. And what I have done with this mixture is I have added this to my Ninja, and I just pulsed it to where it was nice and crumbly, almost like an oatmeal consistency. And I'm just going to add that straight to the butter, flour, sugar, vanilla mix. My berries, a quick little stir here. And once again, I'm just going to use my hands just to kind of mix this all together. And you just want this to be almost a cookie dough or a dough consistency. Get all that butter really incorporated. Just like that. Look how delicious that berry crisp topping looks. Now, I've said that the serving size is 6, and I make about 6 cookies, and that way you can have an idea, let's stir this one more time, of where your serving size sits in your skillet here. So all I do is just kind of mound it like that and plop it right on the skillet. When I was creating this recipe, I thought, is this enough for 6 people? It definitely is. I mean, it just absolutely satisfies your sweet tooth. It's the perfect amount. And once you add the fresh whipped cream on top, it is so decadent and delicious. It reminds you of a summertime dessert. It's 4. I think I'll add just a little bit more to this one. And then the last part of the crisp here for the 6th cookie. Now, if you don't like coconut, you can leave the coconut out. I am a coconut fan, so coconut to me is definitely a must-have. So this is it. It's in your skillet. It's ready to go in the oven, 350, 12 to 15 minutes. While your Skillet Berry Crisp is cooking, you can go ahead and mix up the fresh whipped cream. And I've already done that here for you. I've used my KitchenAid mixer. And the fresh whipped cream is very simple. You just use real whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream is what it's also called. And I have a half of a cup of the heavy whipping cream. I also added a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, real vanilla. And I whip that in my KitchenAid with a whisk, and I do that until it forms stiff peaks, which you can see a stiff peak is when the whipping cream stands straight up and is about that firm. And this is definitely enough for your serving size of 6. Everybody gets a nice dollop of the whipping cream. And traditional whipping cream recipes many times call for the addition of sugar to sweeten it up. You can certainly use some more granulated swerve if you'd like to by adding a teaspoon or so. In this recipe, I didn't add any additional swerve to the whipping cream. I thought it was perfect the way it was. The whipping cream kind of cuts through the sweetness of the berries and the cookie crisp on top. So I'll leave that up to you, but this is the whipping cream for the top of our skillet dessert. Okay, like, are you kidding me right now? Look at this. Bubbly. You've got these beautiful berries. You've got your 6 crisps. This is an absolute to die for keto dessert. I just love this. I cannot wait for you to try this. We're gonna go ahead and spoon some out, and we're gonna put our whipped cream on it. Whether the whipped cream melts or it doesn't. So let's dig into this. So like I said, 6 servings. I'm just going to get my spoon right in here. And serve it up. Get some whipped cream. Look at this. Skillet Berry Crisp with Keto Vanilla Whipped Cream. You have to try this summer. Absolutely delicious. Thanks for watching Keto on the Rise. Now, certainly you didn't think I was just gonna go without trying this for you guys. No, I'm definitely trying it. It's still hot. It was so delicious. You will not believe that this is a keto dessert. It's so satisfying for a sweet tooth. It's absolutely delicious.